nothing is moving. We're here in southwestern Indiana, near Bloomfield, Indiana, at my cabin and land. We've set up, gosh, I think we've got pushing a dozen stands or more out here that have been established. And I bought it from a dear friend of mine who's passed away. His name's Dick Davis. Dick was a Marine from the 1950s, and he's a heck of a guy. And we did a tribute to Nick and every other Marine in the chandelier that you built me here in the cabin. If you look at the very underneath side, well, tell me what was that?
Yeah, so the chandelier that I built has 130, 140 whitetail sheds, but right in the middle there's a carved button that has an Eagle Globe and anchor on it. And that really just shines the Marine Corps down for us.
And we'll say that's in honor of Dick Davis. He passed away last year, and he'll be missed. So we're still out here day one. Barely had anywhere to look yet because the deer aren't moving yet. But I'm just trying to be patient. Back in my home state of Indiana, back home again in Indiana. And it's November 3rd, 2023. It's a brisk morning, it's in the 30s, high 30s. Not completely frozen, but we're down at my property in southern Indiana, near Bloomfield, Indiana. And Nick Jeffries flew out from Washington State, and he's in a stand a few hundred yards away with another cameraman. I'm gonna try to self-film this morning. I've already dropped a piece of the mount, which makes it very hard to adjust the camera. We're in a good stand. We call it Persimmon, Peak of the Rut. Like I say, it's November 3rd. And so we've got bucks chasing does all over the place on camera, deer daylighting, and so pretty good opportunity to see something. Sitting out here all whitetails early on, and then a button buck kind of grazed through. Otherwise, activity's really been low. I think the wind isn't helping, but tonight it's supposed to be pretty warm, and so I think that we'll sit till late, see if we can get something moving before dark.
I tried to self-film one day, and I barely got a little 8-point that I took a pass on early one morning. Actually, we're 80 yards from the cabin here. I just walked over to a stand, a single stand I have there, and put my camera in the stand with me on an arm made by Fourth Arrow. Those guys are great, and I have a whole new respect for all you guys out there that are self-filming your hunts. My gosh, it was all I could do to just calm my nerves, determine that that wasn't a squirrel, get situated, get my bow off the hanger, position my feet, determine whether it was a shooter or not a shooter.
We're gonna stay till 11. Hey, I mean 11 today. See how chilly it is?
Yeah.
It's good, man.
Let's go kill something big. We're here for day 3 in Indiana, chasing big whitetails. We know that there's some big whitetails on the property. We just haven't got one under our tree stand yet. We still got a couple days, but you know, you always feel the pressure as the time runs out. So I'm feeling good still, but just gotta be patient. We just got some chow, and Nick is already out with Cordell, and they're setting up a second stand. They're going to be down in a draw. We call it Deep Fork. That's our new stand, and saw a nice buck walking right into that creek bed last night. That was, I've been hunting 40 years and I've never seen a deer this big.
For anybody that hasn't met Jared yet, Jared is the owner of Deep Fork Productions, who I've chosen to partner with to help with the mission here with Darkhorse Expeditions. And Jared is a Marine Corps veteran, and I'm honored to have him as part of the show.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here. You know, I'm usually behind the camera, but the face got ready for this morning in front of the camera. So
yeah, I'm
here in all of the glory. Started a production company, got a face for radio, so I'll gladly sit in with you.
Thank you very much for that.
in case they were wondering what that sound was.
What I really enjoy, one of my favorite things to do is to stare at poorly constructed instruction pamphlets and attempt to decipher the intent of a person who probably doesn't speak English as a primary language, who put this thing together to save a little bit of money in the manufacturing process instead of just doing this in some automated way. That's one of my favorite things in life to do. I really enjoy this. From an hourly basis, I feel like I would just pay to have this done if I could.
Okay, D. All right, you can't stop me. I'm out of control. You can only hope to contain me.
The tree on day 4. The rut action is hot, but we haven't been seeing much. The cameras are picking up stuff, but we just haven't seen much. It only takes one good buck to walk in though, so 2023. We're back in the persimmon stand, and it's about pushing 8 a.m., 7:40 a.m., 49 degrees. It's gonna get pretty warm today, and the wind's gonna pick up. It's already picking up. It was dead calm last night, but wind's picking up this morning. We've grunted a couple times. We got put out, we've squirted out some bug bomb, doe and estrus. It's harder to hear things this morning with that wind rustling the leaves, but it seems nice out here nonetheless. It's a weekday, so adjacent property owners aren't hunting as much. But we're gonna sit here till lunch, go get some chili, and hopefully we'll be dragging a buck out of the woods here in another hour or two. Been relatively successful with grunting and rattling, just nothing big. All right, so it's pushing 10 a.m. Nothing is moving. I think I've got 18 cameras, cell cameras, solar cell cameras on this property. And, you know, not that deer are always gonna walk in front of your camera, but you get a good indication of deer movement. The last few days we've had a lot of deer movement, just midday, some chasing. You can tell today we've had this wind pick up, and it's just not been good. We're gonna pull chocks and try to make something happen at a lower spot on the property where there's maybe not as much wind. The temperature has risen significantly, 75 degrees. The wind has, as you can see, picked up a lot, and so we're going to be able to get away with a lot of movement and sound, but we're going to have to keep our eyes peeled for sure. We got about 45 minutes left of the light. So we're the morning of day 5, our last day here. And I don't even have an evening hunt, I just have a morning hunt. We had a couple dogs come through, which I don't love. They were chasing squirrels.
Not only was the weather unseasonably warm and the deer just weren't cooperating, but we had a neighbor whose dogs were just terrorizing us. And we have it on video where they just literally came in and ruined Nick Jeffrey's hunt. Now think about it, he comes all the way from Washington State and he's got hound dogs beneath him chasing deer. It couldn't be more disappointing, but that's hunting, man. I mean, that's just how it goes.
Just finishing up here in Indiana. It was relatively slow compared to what I guess I had thought it was gonna be, but that's why it's called hunting. So it's been an experience here in Indiana, just not something that I'm used to. So it was good to be out.
Nick, thanks for coming to Indiana, man. I appreciate you traveling all the way here from Spokane, Washington, to experience what the Hoosier State has. I apologize that the deer weren't moving as much. It seemed like we started the week with a lot of deer activity on camera, and it just kind of petered off, didn't it?
Yeah, the movement wasn't as much as we'd have hoped. I think you saw a lot more than me, but it was still enjoyable, getting to know the property and the habits of these animals, and it was a good time. Well, are you excited for our next whitetail adventure? Because it's going to tie right into this one.
Yeah, where are we going?
Washington State. We got deer, that's my home state. So we got deer, we got elk, there's a possibility of lions, coyotes, bobcats.
So you're telling me that unlike you traveling to Indiana and me not being able to produce, you're guaranteeing me?
I will guarantee you will shoot a deer.
Or shoot at one anyway. Shoot at one anyway.
For sure.
So I was a little late to the party in Indiana, fashionably late. At Cordell, hold the fort down. You self-filmed a little bit, and I thought, man, this all the trail cam pics of big bucks, you would already be tagged out. And I cannot believe that you're still hunting, Nick's still hunting, and so, put me in, coach, and me and you hopped in the stand, but it just seemed a little warm for my taste. I don't know about Indiana weather in the fall.
Yeah, it was unseasonably warm. But first of all, thanks for flying all the way out to Indiana and hanging out with us at my place. I was honored to be able to host you despite the conditions being unseasonably warm. But like we've always said, it's not necessarily about the kill, right? It's about the camaraderie, hanging out, being in nature, and just experiencing that peaceful calm of sitting in a tree and watching the wildlife and just becoming one with nature a little bit. And so it wasn't necessarily where we wanted it to be, having had you fly all the way out with your team from Oklahoma and having Nick fly all the way from Washington State. So we returned the favor and flew out to Washington State to try to get it done. How you doing, man?
Good, how you doing? Come on in.
Ty, you know Cordell.
I know Cordell. Hi. Shoes off if the gentleman would.
Yes, sir.
At my wife's request.
This overflow?
This is where the overflow comes, and this is where the magic happens.
Nice.
So this is a glass top coffee table that I just finished. So it's awaiting finish work. So we got some screws to cut off, and then we'll touch up paint all the holes that we cut off. And then this client's just gonna order his own glass when he gets it.
Oh, I see.
So he'll just, take his measurement and order it up. But that's a mule deer coffee table. These are all like mat sets of stuff that we can build with. This is big whitetails. Some chandelier cleaned me out this year of whitetails.
How many whitetails did my chandelier have?
Over 140.
Nick sent me pictures when he was making my chandelier, and it was hanging right here with the doors open. And
no, one better.
was it hanging out here? Oh, nice. Such a picturesque office. This is a great office.
Remember,
man.
this is only one of my jobs,
Right.
man.
I wish you just had a better view.
I
you
know. I know.
It's just not
we need to work on that.
not a very good view, Nick.
It's about 2 o'clock, about 1:45. We're a little bit late, but those deer have been moving right at dark, so we'll see if we can get one to show up and get a shot on them. Hey, there's some turkeys coming in. It's really unique hunting here in Washington. You know, we got deer and elk tags open season right now, archery. Then you can shoot a bobcat, a mountain lion, a coyote. I had a turkey tag, which I just filled. It's really unique that you can hunt all that in this late season hunt.
Nick, thanks for dinner tonight.
Yeah, we better thank my wife.
Rochelle, thank you for dinner.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Some upstate salad.
Today was, we saw a lot of deer today,
Yeah.
but the only thing that got killed was your turkey, which was your first Eastern Tom. Not a bad bird. And they got 3 types here in Washington, right? They got the Merriams, the
Easterns and the Rios.
And the Rios. This is clearly an Eastern bird, good sized bird. So
And there was 2 different on this property today,
yeah,
or in the last couple of days.
2 different
Two
types.
different types.
The Merriams and the Easterns.
Easterns.
Yeah. Well, it's cool to be able to kill a turkey while you're out deer hunting.
Yep. Yep. Well, remember, this is year 1 of our tradition, right? We go Indiana, we go Washington every year.
That's right.
So let's see what we can put on the wall and in the freezer. And
All right, brother. We'll see you in the morning.
all right, man.
Yep.
We need to kill a deer. We need to kill a deer. This turkey.
It's hard for you to
great.
say that.
We need to kill a deer.
wasn't it?
Scott needs to kill a deer.
I need to kill a deer.
He needs to quit putting doe piss on him so mountain lions don't follow him around.
I smell a little bit. Oh, I'm bloody.
Oh man.
Thanks for taking a minute to watch us here on Darkhorse Expeditions. We're having a lot of fun doing this. I want to take a minute to thank all of our sponsors and everybody who's donated their time to make this a reality for us. If you're a veteran and this message has resonated with you, or if you're in a dark place right now, call the phone number on the screen. Go to darkhorseexpeditions.com/get help. And did you know that since 2001, post 9/11, we've lost more than 30,000 veterans to suicide, which is nearly 4 times what we lost in combat. If you're a veteran or a person who wants to help, you've been in that dark place and you like this content and you want to help us help others, please reach out. Contact us at darkhorseexpeditions.com. Are you willing to go to combat with us and try to prevent this?
I think that's the biggest deer I've ever killed.